Welcome back to another episode on this Lost Cromford and High Peak Railway series. We're back in the little settlement of Fernilee today. On the last episode, we left you just by the reservoir, which is just down there. You can see this cutting there, that's on private property. I think we stood down there and looked up this way. This is the last day of filming on this series, unfortunately.
Is that regret or celebration?
I'm quite sad. We'll get into that a bit later anyway. There is the trackbed going in that direction down towards Shallcross and Whaley Bridge. You can see, look, there's a clearing there. I think it's being used as an extension of someone's garden. But in this episode, we're going to follow the railway as far as, I think we're going to do as far as Shallcross Yard. So this would have been a level crossing. Just a minor farm track, still in the little village of Fernilee. What an odd place, just down the side of a hill. You'd never know it existed, would you? The trackbed just about to cross over us, and we've got a little gem just hidden away here. Just take a look at this old bridge.
I suppose that's not actually done a bit more damage than what it appears to have done.
That is in desperate need of some attention, isn't it, that?
Possibly, yeah.
It's holding up well, isn't it? Little crack.
That's not a bad nick, I don't think. To say this is what? Nah, 9. God, it's mega old. Not a bad nick.
It is really dark under here. We've not only got the tree covering, we've also got, it's quite a wide bridge, isn't it, Phil? It's
quite generous. But
yeah.
I guess this would have been an old, I don't know, pack horse road or some kind of wagon way for horse and carts, possibly. It's steep, that's for sure.
And that's the bridge from the other side, if you can see it. It's pretty dark, like I say. But yeah, brilliant. So that's the trackbed up there that we've just been looking at over that gate. So just in front of where we're standing here, the railway line would have crossed underneath this road. Now, we're guessing this road's probably been modernised, realigned slightly maybe, but we were just stood down there a short time ago. Right, so I think that caravan, Phil, that's just through the trees there, is on the level of the trackbed.
I think it is, yeah.
So we're kind of looking at around where these two dry stone walls are down here. In fact, look, can you see through them trees there?
Yeah, it's like cutting there.
Cutting, yeah.
So that's it.
Just trying to get a better look at that cutting just down there, look. It looks like this is either an infill or something.
So obviously this was always straight, so...
Oh, can you see? Oh, right.
So hold on, what we've got here?
Ah, can you see? There's the cutting down there, look. And then you just see it just disappears here, look. And under the road, at round about that angle,
I think that's it, you.
100%.
Go down, that's it, that's the bridge. Look, it's got a buttress sticking out as well.
Yeah. So we think we've found the bridge underneath this road, look, or the top of the arch, should I say. It's low down, isn't it?
So I think the road came here, look. Can you see?
So you think the road...
I think this is the road here, look. And
yeah, it's King's.
The other side of this tunnel bridge, you wouldn't see it because it's buried in the alteration of the road there, yeah. So you can kind of see where it had come here.
So here's the arch, look. This is the bottom of the bridge. Did anyone know this was here? I'm guessing someone would have. We certainly didn't. We were kind of writing this off as just filming it from the road, I think.
A minor hunch, I won't go any higher than that.
That's brilliant, that. We've, I didn't think I'd be needing the torch today. I've learned a valuable lesson. Again, we've said this a few times on the line, haven't we? That's not in bad condition, is it, that bridge, really? A bit of pointing up. There's no obvious
It's quite an ornate looking bridge as well, really. You know, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, that infill possibly may have been worse than that 50 years ago when they did the road realignment. It's sort of settled and exposed that little arch.
It's a big arch, isn't it? You can even make out, even though we can only see a small part of it, because I suppose the angle that it's going under the road,
Yeah, it's
it'd have to have a wide, yeah, a wider than normal archway. But yeah, and there's all the wing wall. Yeah, brilliant. Glad we found that. And right on top of that bridge, we leave behind the Peak District National Park, the Shady Oak pub. And if we just come up the left, excuse the lorry, if we just come up the side of it, the railway crossed over. Oh wow, gate post. Just the one. So is this it?
Yeah, follow the telegraph wires.
Ah, okay.
Another minor crossing, I guess.
Yeah. And it's just back to that bridge that we've just seen going underneath the road. Okay.
So that's original retaining, isn't it?
Oh, the wall.
Yep.
We're certainly getting more, wringing a little bit more value out of this section than I thought we would. And that's just looking back to that pub that we've just seen there. And look, we're on the trackbed now, walking along. We're just crossing it on a public footpath actually, and we just noticed that the track bed is clear. It looks like it is a well trodden path, so we're just going to see how far we can get up. So we're at the top of the Shallcross Incline now. That's, you can see there in the coin, we can't get in there unfortunately, but this wide area here, we can see that the wall has bulged out into the field here. This was the location of the engine house, like we've seen at other locations of engine houses. I think it was the same type of engine house, and like we've seen with the other engine houses, it's sat next to a reservoir, which was just in the area somewhere over here. Doesn't exist anymore. Oh yeah, what do you think that is?
Well, if there was an engine house here, it'd obviously be connected to that, wouldn't it?
See what we're looking at there? Just a corner of something, either a retaining wall or...
Might be the outer shell, and we might have been stood where it actually was inside it right now. It's hard to say, isn't it?
Possibly, yeah. So where I've just said a few moments ago, we were just when I said that this is the engine house, we couldn't get down there. Well, that's we were just stood at that wall up there. We have managed just to come through quite easily, just from a public footpath, just up there, just for a look. So yeah, this is it. This is where the engine. There's actually, if you look on the old maps, Phil, there's actually two buildings here.
Yeah, there might be another outer shell there. Look, you see it below the retaining wall.
Yeah. There's a lot of bricks and a lot of pieces of stonework just scattered around this area. I mean, look. I mean, this is probably a very, very untrodden path for people. But look at the retaining walls here. And that's as far as I can get, unfortunately. And we're standing here. I reckon, Phil, we're standing right at the tip-off point of the incline. Look, the land's just disappeared, hasn't it?
Yeah, not to mention the engine house has remained behind us and all.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a giveaway. But look, you can see the pylons start to go downhill as well.
Well spotted.
Right. So here we are. I don't need to explain where we are because that sign does it pretty well, but here's an information board. So Shallcross Incline.
I noticed that's not a photograph, it's an artist impression, which just shows you, doesn't it? You're not going to really get many imagery of these things.
Not for something that went in 1892. So that's the engine house, if you haven't twigged. Artist impression of the Shallcross Incline. But obviously, as we've just seen, we was about 100 yards just behind me there into the sun, where we were stood at that, where the incline tipped over. So, but we can't walk it. It looks like it goes through people's gardens now, the top bit of the incline. In fact, the actual incline, Bill, is actually where the gardens are on the right hand side, aren't they? Because it kinks round.
Yeah, some people have got an incline in the back garden, probably don't even know about it.
Yeah. Got some facts and figures. 817 yards long is this incline. What did that information board say was the grading on this?
1 in 10.5.
1 in 10.5. I'd written down 1 in 10.25 or 9.8%.
So it's not as steep as the one up at Buxton. That's 1 in 7, wasn't it?
Yeah, around about 1 in 7. And we can see this on the old maps. The Shallcross, called Shallcross Plain. It's recently been resurfaced. It's got this bouncy, what do you call it? A bouncy surface. I think it's old tyres, isn't it? Like the one on the Worsborough, incline we saw. And here we are, just coming down to the bottom of the incline now. How do you feel about actually walking down these inclines as opposed to them first load that we walked up then? Which actually, that's an irrelevant question, because we walked up the incline to get to the top to walk back down, haven't we? So we've still had to walk up these inclines.
I think this is much nicer going down, isn't it?
The only incline we've not walked up is Bunsell inclines. Isn't it? We've done it.
Well, a little bit, and it was fairly steep, but the majority it were going down, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, we walked on the lower
very small section
incline. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't do the upper incline. And when we get to the bottom, we'll be spat out into what used to be the Shallcross yard. We've got a lot of new houses, haven't we now? There's been a lot of development since the yard closed. But that, although we've been saying everything behind us now was 1892 it closed, roughly when that late 1890s maps, the lines came up to about here. If we look at that, there's a little head shunt, and everything this way was 1950s.
Yeah.
So this is more
50/60s,
yeah.
I think, isn't it?
Suddenly we're changing the expectations on what we expect to find. There should be more evidence left lurking around. So it would have been stood. This would have all been the yard, all these newish houses. But just look over here. I think this is the base. This is well hidden, isn't it? Now it's proper. Trying to widen this hedge. This is the base, I believe, of a crane. I think this was if you look on the old maps, this was the gasworks here, and something piqued my interest on Google Maps. Oh, there's railway lines down there. Look at these old like industrial locos. There's a wagon there under the blue tarpaulin. There's lines all in that yard, isn't there, look?
Yeah, I thought at first they were mining engines, but that wouldn't have gone down a mine, that wouldn't one.
No, it's like a goods wagon, isn't it? What is that, 2-foot gauge or thereabouts? And there are tracks, I'll show you when we get around the other side, there are tracks around the front of this building as well.
So do you think it were a narrow gauge little system within the gasworks when that used to be here?
Possibly, yeah. It just looks a bit old.
Maybe they were from that, who knows?
It's funny now how there's still old railway paraphernalia still in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that little narrow gauge lines were put in since all this yard went,
no.
Isn't it, in a way, because that's original, isn't it? So it's
the remains.
I think so, yeah.
So were these buildings related to the gasworks?
Yeah, I believe so, because they are right at the side of the gasworks retaining wall, at the side of the walkway up there.
So here's the entrance, the entrance way to the gasworks.
Oh, you've got cobbled. What's it there? Look.
Oh yeah, cobbles. But it's this wall. We can see this wall on old photographs, still in existence at the side of the gasworks, and the railway line's just on the other side. And here's that wall again. So we're walking on the railway line now. And there's some more narrow gauge lines just down here, just in this yard. There they are. Look, can you see?
That's an old public footpath that's always been there. It just suddenly stops. Now, if that stopped here and this had the railway line coming in where it spawned out into all the sidings, what happened to the path?
Maybe there were some steps. No, there won't be steps down into there. Maybe this wall's just been added at a later date, Phil.
Was there a footcross in there?
Possibly.
And the path went over to the other side, you know.
So this is the start of the linear park, or linear path, I don't know what it's called. And look, we've got this old stone here. Cromford and High Peak Railway. It's a little bit hard to make out. It's a little bit dirty now. Incorporated 1825. Now I think this bottom section opened in 1832. Look, a little bit of the old fish bellied rails underneath there as well. So we're leaving behind the Shallcross yard and we're getting into the thick of Whaley Bridge here. So we're going to leave this episode here. We started at Fernilee and we made our way down to Shallcross. So that's the end of this episode. We'll see you on the next one, which will be the final episode. We'll take you down to the wharf at Whaley Bridge. So cheers for watching. See you on the next one.